So, it is really crazy listening to a lot of the videos from certain content creators that spread misinformation and sometimes flat out lies. But what's even crazier is when you come across a content creator and you listen to their video and you realize that you heard the exact same information, almost word for word, on another content creator's video that was put out several hours before this other person's. Yeah. Um, Nika's Neuro Nuggets. You got a lot of splaining to do because, and I'm not standing up for Justine as far as her content because her content's misinformation and lies. But if you're going to repeat another content creator almost word for word, at least give them credit. Don't act like it's your own thoughts. So let's take a look, shall we?
I've been trying to tell you guys since 2022, okay? I was one of the only people I can count on less than 4 fingers who else questioned the narrative, who else questioned Bethany Funk and Dylan Mortensen, okay?
I've been trying to tell a lot of you guys that Dylan and Bethany are shady AF, right?
I have been questioning them since 2022 because it never made any sense.
I've been trying to tell you guys since 2022 that Dylan and Bethany are very suspicious.
Everybody else, oh, how dare you? They're such children. How dare you?
How dare you talk about Dylan? How dare you question Bethany? They're just kids.
First and foremost, the way that they drop and take back these photos and these documents, that's a sign right there to you.
First and foremost, the way that they're dropping these images and then taking back these photos, dropping documents, and then redacting them or pulling them from the internet, I personally think that is fucking weird.
Second of all, this picture of the sheath just hanging there, from what I've read to date, it stated that the sheath was found under Maddie's right side of her body. The sheath is just like right there. And I even zoomed in on it. I didn't see any blood, any splatter, anything on it, okay?
Second of all, we have the picture of the sheath, but from what I had read to date is that the sheath was found under Maddie sometime later underneath Maddie's body. But in the picture, the sheath is just like right there. I even zoomed in on it. I don't see any splatter. I don't see any red fluid. I don't see anything on it.
And we're supposed to believe that this criminology guy, who you guys say was a mastermind, which is how he was able to do this crime in 13 minutes and 40 seconds, okay? According to Kaylee's sister, that's the exact timeline, 13 minutes and 40 seconds. 13 minutes, 40 seconds.
And we're supposed to believe that this Mr. Brian Christopher Koberger committed this crime. Oh, he's a criminal mastermind. Trying to say that he was able to commit this crime in 13 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, according to Kaylee's sister, that's the exact timeline. 13 minutes and 40 seconds from entering the neighborhood to exiting. Short is relative. That was posted by Olivia Gonsalves, right?
So we're supposed to believe. Now, mind you, in that 13 minutes and 40 seconds, you have to think about the time where he went into the neighborhood. It takes time to get out your car. It takes time to leave the house to go back out your car and leave the neighborhood. So I believe that time frame is a little bit more smaller.
So we're supposed to believe that, mind you, in that 13 minutes and 40 seconds, he had time to go into the neighborhood. Then it takes time, of course, to also get to your vehicle. And then it takes time to leave the house. And then to back out your car and leave the neighborhood on top of that. So I personally believe that the time frame is different than we're being told.
But for the same reason that everybody say, oh, he was a mastermind, he was studying this, that's how he was able to pull this off in such a short time, you can use the same argument to say, why would he leave a sheath that big?
But for the same reason that everybody says that he was a mastermind. He was a mastermind. He was studying criminology. That's how he was able to pull this off in such a short time. Okay? We could use a similar argument to say that why would he leave a sheath that massive?
It was like, oh, he got spooked. He forgot it. First of all, that sheath can like hook on your, I believe if this is a sheath that I seen, it can like hook on your person. Like it can hook on your pants, a belt or something like that. So first of all, why did he even take it off?
Oh, he got spooked. He got scared and he forgot about it and he ran out. First of all, okay, this sheath can like hook it on your side, right? Like it can hook on your person. I've shown you guys my K-bar sheath. It literally has a basically like a hook. So he could have hooked it on his pants if he wanted to, or on a belt or something like that. So first of all, why would he even bother to take it off?
I always believed that the sheath was planted, because how can just touch DNA be on the small button on it, but there is nothing on the entire knife sheath itself?
And I have always believed that the sheath was planted. That's always been my belief, because how is it possible that you just have touch DNA be on a tiny button on the inside of the button? That's all that was on that massive sheath. There was nothing else on the entire sheath.
And then the note that was found outside that says Die Mogan, which we all know to be Maddie.
And then we have the note that was found outside of the house that says Die Mogan.
The string lights that were above Xana's bedroom, which is why I always believed that Dylan Mortensen was able to see her. Even in her interview, the detective stated where there had, because she acted like she couldn't remember if there were lights on or not. Detective Goose was like, well, there had to have been some sort of lights on for you to see that Xana was laying on her floor and that she had on underwear and that she was just in a t-shirt. And then Dylan goes, yeah, I guess you're right about that.
We have the string lights that were above Xana's bedroom, right? Which is why I always believed that Dylan Mortensen was able to see Xana. I mean, even in the interview, it was Detective Goose. And Detective Goose is like, well, there had to be some lights on, right? Because otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to see that Xana was laying on her floor. And that she had on underwear and that she had on just a t-shirt. So the lights must have been on. And what does Dylan respond? Do you guys remember what she said? She said, yeah, I mean, I guess that you're right about that.
I think she's not incompetent, okay? She doesn't have a mental defect. She doesn't have a history, as far as I know, of amnesia or forgetting stuff, all right? You guys are missing the big picture, and it's pissing me off, because for so long, okay, I've been catching a lot of slack with my suspicion with Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk, and the fact that I believe, in my opinion, they know a lot more, okay?
She is not incompetent. This woman does not have a mental health record, does not have a mental health defect. She doesn't have some sort of history, as far as I know, of amnesia or magically forgetting things. You guys are missing the big picture, because for so long, I caught a lot of slack. A lot of us here caught a lot of slack when we mentioned that Dylan and Bethany should have been looked into and treated as suspects. In my opinion, these two know a lot more.
No one just forgets stuff like this. All right, I understand forgetting a little bit of things, but you don't forget if lights were on or not. Okay, you know who voice is who.
Okay, no one just magically forgets stuff like that. That's not how trauma forgetfulness works. But you don't forget if the lights were on or if the lights were off. No. You know whose voice is whose.
The eyes don't lie, okay? For the same reason you guys are saying Brian Koberger did this. Everybody's like, oh, look at his eyes, look at his eyes. Okay, if you ask me, in my opinion, Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Fong, they have the same eyes. This
people keep saying, but Nika, Brian Christopher Koberger has the eyes of an unaliver. Have you seen him? He looks like a serial unaliver. He has nothing behind those big, beautiful blue eyes. Really? Because in every picture that I see of Dylan and Bethany, in my opinion, those girls have nothing behind their eyes.
She goes on and say, oh, Dylan Mortensen is living her best life as she should. This is a recent picture of Dylan Mortensen that has surfaced on Instagram. Of course, we have Emily Allant over there. You guys know how I feel about her and Hunter. There's something not right there. And this is Dylan with her friend.
I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen the newly released, I don't know, shared with on social media, images of Dylan and the girls. People are saying, oh my God, it's so great for her. She has moved on with her life. Look at her partying, drinking, hanging out with the other girls. Looks like other sorority girls. This is a recent picture of Dylan Mortensen that's, surfaced on Instagram. She's out there, Dylan's out there with Emily and her friends.
With her GoFundMe money, she probably paid for everyone wine and lunch or dinner, whatever this was.
I'm just wondering, I have to because of who I am as a person. Did she pay for everybody's lunch? Did she pay for everyone's wine? Did she pay for everyone's dinner with her GoFundMe money, right?
You got busted, Nika. You're busted, babe. You stole another content creator's whole video, basically. There was only like a part at the end where Justine was going off about another creator that you didn't steal. You were almost word for word. Seriously, it's bad enough that you spew this crap and this misinformation, but it's even worse that you're stealing it almost word for word from another shit spreader. Seriously, and I'm not even going to address the multiple areas of misinformation that were in both of their videos. I just thought it was humorous that one of them is stealing from the other. You can't make this shit up. You really can't. Do better. I always say it. I'm going to say it again. Do better.